What happens if you don't have a plan within the crypto market? What happens if you don't have that exit strategy? You're going to hold your bags and you're going to hold your bags, and a lot of your bags are going to hold to zero. So what is the importance of having an exit strategy? We're going to go over previous cycle, exactly the psychology behind why we look at all these different charts, how to paint a bigger picture, and how to look on the macro, why I think alt season is just around the corner. So the question on everyone's mind, the $1 million question is, how do you end up at the end of an alt season, at the end of a crypto bull run, with not holding a bunch of altcoins? That is the $1 million question. The ultimate answer is, guys, I don't know. That's the reason why I look at all these different charts collectively to try and understand where risk lies, where the flow of money is, and whether we're in a time of stimulus or in a time of easing. So we could see Bitcoin already. This is what I mean about the cycles, guys. Anyone that's watched this channel understands where risk lies. We go from Bitcoin into Ethereum, from Ethereum into higher risk, even higher risk. Once we've got more conviction and everything's going to the moon, that's when you start getting real big pumps on the high risk altcoins. So Bitcoin's had its run all the way from 15,500 all the way to its high 109,000, nearly 110,000. So Bitcoin's run for a couple of years now. Altcoins haven't, guys. We can tell by looking at the total three. You can see we haven't got a break. We haven't got a close above the previous all-time high of total three. This is where my strategy kicks in with altcoins, because once we get a break and close of all-time high of total three, I'm scaling my position out over a period of 10 to 12 weeks. Do I know it's going to be 10 to 12 weeks? No, guys. I'm not looking at previous data. I'm looking at this. Looking at this move here. This is the last time we got a break, and this last time we got a close of total three. Let's measure this. So this is the weekly chart from here to its top here, 12 weeks. So that's about 12 weeks. We haven't got any previous data to go by, guys, because we didn't have a previous total three chart to go by on the previous one. So we've only got this. So what does it mean if it happens for 8 weeks? That means I've scaled most of my position out. What happens if it's 12 weeks? That's spot on, guys. What happens if it's 13 weeks? Doesn't matter, guys. You live and die by what it is. So that's the total three, guys. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a break. I'm waiting for a close. And once we get a break and a close, I'm scaling my position out over a 10 to 12 week period, because that's what happened previously. I don't know it's going to happen again, but that's the only thing that I've got to go by. You got the second leg here, guys. I'm not too interested in the second leg. I'm going to be using some of the capital that I regenerate from the first leg to put back into the second leg. However, it's going to be a small amount. It's probably going to be about 20%. If it plays out like this, guys, it might play out like a combination of 2017 and 2021 combined. It might play out like 2017. We just don't know, guys. Ultimately, we haven't got a clue. You can just look at the data and understand whether you're overbought, whether you're oversold at any given point. Let's have a look, actually. So this is the weekly chart. This is the total three. You can see the stochastic RSI is coming back in oversold on a higher time frame macro. Look what happens when it's oversold. You get this big pump, oversold, big pump. So that's what we're waiting for, a big pump on the total three and an indication that I can start scaling out of my position. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the different markets that we're talking about. So on the weekly chart, see, this is the bear market in total three. 2022 crypto bear market, you see, total three bled from its high. This is collective altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, 75% to the low. So there's the bear market. You look at the USDT dominance. So during this exact time, we've got a bull run. We've got a bull run in the dollar. Why have we got a bull run in the dollar? Because in times of fear, people go into the least risk asset within fiat. Least risk asset is the dollar. How do we know it's the least risk asset? There's the Dixie. There's a bag of currencies. Bam. DXY. Bull market. This is everybody else is going through a bear market. So the dollar's running, dollar's running. When the dollar's running, crypto, everything that's speculative, on risk traditional markets, they all get battered, guys, all get battered. So when the dollar runs, it's bad for the rest of the market. However, we look at this time now, we're waiting for this. We've got a rejection on the DXY. We've got a rejection from this previous high at the 618. We're putting in a lower low, lower close candle. And we want downside on this dollar. We want downside. If we get downside on the dollar, what does that mean? That means alt season, guys. This is alt season, and that's what we're waiting for. This is the weekly chart. We want a big surge to the downside. We want weakness on the dollar to give us conviction that this will break. That's what will happen, guys. If this pulls back here, USDT dominance and the DXY, that's the strength in the dollar within crypto and the strength in the dollar outside of crypto. That means that we get alt season. That means you get a break of total three. That's what we're waiting for. So we can see signals that we've got weakness in the dollar, guys. Make sure that you've got your exit strategy. I don't know if my exit strategy is right, guys. All I'm doing is looking at past data. If the past data gives me a red herring, unfortunately, I'm going to pay for it. However, the plan is to capitalize, scale out your position over a period of time, exactly the same way that you accumulate your positions at low levels. So it's doing it in the opposite, it's flipping it in reverse. You're scaling in during accumulation phase, during build phase, and you're scaling out during distribution phase when everybody else is starting to get interested in crypto. That's you taking advantage of the rotation, guys. That's you making sure that you're buying before the FOMO kicks in. And that's you ensuring that you understand how to play the market cycles. So if you did find it useful, guys, let me know what you want me to cover in the next one. Take care. Goodbye from me.